Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. Okay, today we're going to season this new griddle up. I'm using this Blackstone Griddle seasoning and cast iron conditioner. I figure they're the ones putting all the money in the research and design and probably have scientists backing them up, and they know how to protect their products. So anyways, here it is. I'm sure you've seen it around. I think this costs like eight bucks up at Walmart. It's not bad. So I'm excited about getting this started, so let's say we do just that. Okay, here we go. First thing is washing with soapy water, dishwater soap. And they keep stressing and making a point, this is the only time that you're going to have soap on this griddle. So I guess it's mostly just washing off any residue from the factories or, you know, glue from tapes that they might have stuck on here and whatever. Okay, that's probably good enough for washing it. I just use a normal dishwater scouring pad. Don't tell Pam. Okay, looks like all the soap and bubbles are gone. Get this wiped off with a towel. Then they talk about letting it completely dry. So I'll let it set out here for a while and come back and turn these burners on for the first time. Hopefully not the last time. If and you know what I'm talking about. Remember, kaboom.
You a nut.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get these burners going. And this is a step, I didn't skip it, but they suggest putting the battery in now, right before you're ready to light it. And it's your standard AA battery. Unscrew the ignition. Put the battery in right side first, as always. And on this one, it's the usual the spring end that goes in first. Okay, screw that in. Now they say turn the gas on 1 to 3 turns. There's 1. 2 is all to go, so I'll just go a little less than 2. Okay, now they just say press the ignition first and then turn these burners on. Oh, that one lit. Oh, that one lit. Okay, but boy, I can feel the heat now. And they say let it warm up. It should take less than 10 minutes to get fully warm. And you'll know it's hot enough to start putting your grease on when you see it starting to turn color. Okay, it looks like it's starting to turn brown there. And I don't know if you noticed, but when I was messing with the tank and getting that started, I actually wasn't smoking, so. Okay, they suggest about, on this, they're saying 2 tablespoons each time, but I've seen some of them put like 1.5 tablespoons on at a shot, and they had a 32-inch, so I'm going to go just little less than 2 tablespoons, because they say the thinner the layer, the better. So let's start with doing it like that. Well, it didn't take it long to start smoking. And like they say, you want to get all the corners really good and get a nice even layer across the whole thing. Get down in there. Get all these corners and edges. And then they talk about doing the sides. Why not? That gets just as hot as everything else. Okay, we'll let that burn off. Hopefully you can see all that smoke. Okay, well that's not nothing, but it's a lot less than it was, so now I'm getting the second one going. All right, no need to watch every layer being done. It was pretty much exactly the same throughout. If you've seen one layer being done, you've seen them all. Okay, that died down a lot. Let's start the third session. And you know, they say minimum 3 times up to 5. Well, I'm going to go the full 5, because why wouldn't you? What, an extra couple minutes here or there? Okay, that one's burned off pretty good. Now let's go for the 4th time. Okay, looks pretty well burnt off again. This is the 5th and final time here. Whoa. Forget about touching the burner. You can't even touch these tiles once you got them in there. Yeah, it's looking probably 95% black. Maybe a little over in here where it still has a brown look, but they talk about that could take over time for everything to get nice and black. But yeah, otherwise I'm thinking it's looking pretty dang good. Okay, let that burn off, and that should be it. That smoked off pretty good, and it's like 95% black. Maybe a strip right around here and up in there where it didn't get in there. But otherwise, I think it went really well. I'm doing onions because, like I said, it's debatable. Most people swear by bacon, but you know, they've done studies, and it seems like the additives or whatnot in bacon are worse for it than just onions. And something in the onions helps the bond between the oil and the steel. So we're going with onions, and the onions are a lot cheaper. So I'm going to spread it with oil and get those onions on. It's sad, first thing I cook, I'm probably just going to throw away. There was that nice sizzle I always like to hear. So you just kind of want to spread them, get them across the whole griddle, and eventually, you know, you're going to stuff them along the edges and, you know, try and cover the whole thing. And it's already smelling good. Oh, lost a couple. You know, they have this slide thing that you can put here to block that from losing food down there, and I can see I'm going to need it. So these onions are about done. Get them, you can see how I got them all spread out along the edges. Now get them back to the center and give them a couple more minutes and get rid of them, and which means I'm ready for my first real cook. So I figured I'd let you see me take them off, and I'll do the first quick cleaning. And then oil it up again till I'm ready to cook again. First they say just scrape it, and I could see chunks of, not much though, a few chunks of onions around. A little bit burnt on. Okay, I'm turning the burners all the way off now. There'll be enough heat for any steam I want to do. That don't look bad. Now you can see that picking up some more brown stuff. Try a little more. Okay, that's looking pretty clean. Feel. And now it's looking almost solid black. I think it went really well. Okay, now I'm just going to spread a little oil around, and burners are already off. Spread that around with the spatula. Oh, still has some onions on there. Try and get it nice and even. I might even use a paper towel for that. Just try and get it down to a nice thin layer. Okay. The griddle is seasoned and ready to cook. And like I said, I'm hungry. Well, that's about it for the long, tedious, and dare I say boring stuff.
Well, if you won't, then I will.
Yeah, I figured I could count on you for that, honey. But anyways, it was all necessary. But now let's commence to the fun stuff, cooking and eating. Join me on my first cook. I'm going to cook what I call a real pizza sub. I'll explain when we get there. And I think I figured out all my filming and lighting and sound problems, so I should have that taken care of. But thanks for sticking with me so far, and see you next time.